Team Sales and Marketing Power Hour. My name's Odin. It's a pleasure to have you here today. Today, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk a little bit about the news that I've been watching. And what's interesting about the news is I've been seeing that there's expected to be about 150,000 businesses that go out of business over the next little while. And that really kind of made my heart sink, because I realized that there's certain things that we can do as business owners to see us through good times and even see us through the difficult times. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of revisit how we write persuasive marketing. But first, what I really wanted to do is I wanted to go through this template right over here. So let's just move this over to the side, and then I'll bring it back as soon as we're ready to start. So this right here is our Sales and Marketing Smart Weekly Workbook. It's weekly or it's monthly. You have to decide which one.
The Canadian Marketing.
I'm putting myself up here so I can see myself. I'm going to say, hey, this is live. I hope you guys are able to join us. You can type in live. If it's a replay, type in replay, please. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I do appreciate that. And what we'll do is we'll just share this in my screen. There we go. And then other people can see it too. Great. Welcome everyone to the Sales and Marketing Power Hour. So we're going to be talking about SMART goals, and very often in the marketing that we do, we talk about SMART goals. And so this right here is what we call our marketing schedule. And as you kind of get through going through the process, what you're going to do is you're going to realize a little bit further down here, we have a number of lead generation strategies and tactics that we can implement. For instance, we got to see which marketing mediums for generating leads are more relative than the others, or relevant, I should say. So what we have is we've got Meetup. Is that something you want to do? LinkedIn, is that something you want to do? Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Alignable, these are all the socials. There's more being added all the time. Seminars, we do seminars, so we'll use that as an example today because I'm familiar with it. Referral programs, classify ads. I mean, you can see the list goes on and on with the ways that you can generate leads, and they're all right there. I mean, it's not really a secret. That's how you generate leads. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, I look at my marketing plan and I'm going to think to myself, what is it I want to accomplish? Well, I want to have one event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule an event on whatever day of the month it is on a Thursday. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working backwards in regards to the event. Typically, I like marketing an event 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time. That makes it, I think, gives a good amount of people, between 15 and 25 people typically show up. And then what we do is we send the messages out in order to make sure that 15 to 25 people actually do show up. Then what we do is we start building it backwards. So we say, okay, this is our marketing schedule. What we're going to do is we're going to do on Tuesdays, we're going to go on to our Hootsuite, and we're going to do all of our social medias on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, we're going to specifically do follow-up calls. So we're going to call just individuals on our follow-up list, and we're going to make sure that that's part of our system and process. On Thursdays, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our inbound call scripts are good, or we're going to double check our website or our emails. We're going to make sure that what we're doing is we're actually doing the business with sales and marketing. The idea is that this sales and marketing related and focused, so that you are able to maximize the systems you'll be able to create from this. This right here is an example of a monthly event planning schedule. So I'm going to contact 10 BNI people. We're going to have 5 business owners I'm going to contact. I'm going to contact 5 potential JV partners and invite them to a webinar that I'm having. So this would be all in person, typically over the phone or over the internet, one-on-one, the old-fashioned way of kind of get to know people, which still, by the way, works today. It works very, very well. Then what we have is we have a daily schedule. So and I use Google for this, so I've kind of moved away from the template here, and I just put everything on Google now. It really does help me. It's on my phone and so on. So what I'm doing is I'm scheduling times for follow-up. I'm scheduling time to work on the marketing. Typically, a good marketing piece takes between an hour to 3 hours to create. Sometimes if you're working on a website, it can take weeks because it's a week-to-week process. But typically, what you have is you have an opportunity to really think out the project management in this particular piece. And if project management is not your strong suit, specifically with sales and marketing, because you don't have experience, no big deal. Then what we have over here is we have your long-term vision. So your long-term vision is a 5-year vision. We have a 12-month vision and a 3-month vision. All this kind of coincides. You have to think, is my 3-month vision going to work towards my 12-month vision, which is going to get me towards my 5-year vision? So I remember when we had a vision of owning a house. Well, we hit that vision. Now we have a vision of paying off the mortgage. So now what we're doing is we're working towards that vision, and that's a 5-year vision. So how much can you actually accomplish in any one time? So we'd like you to specifically think of both personal goals and business goals that you can put here into your 5-year vision. And then we want you to start working backwards or working towards it. So then what you can see here is our monthly goals, and then we work our weekly goals out. So everything is really worked out and thought out, and it is a bit of a process. The thing, though, is that the process works. We know it works. This process has been studied. It's linked to the reticular activator, and goals and goal setting really does work. So here what we have is the sections that you need to reflect on, and the 5-year and 12-month quarterlies. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to work on a weekly basis towards achieving that particular goal. If you find it difficult, change the goal. Now what we're doing is 3 tasks that made my life easier. So that would be 3 tasks related to sales and marketing. And typically that has to come with standard operating procedures, or that has to come with outsourcing, or it has to do with any kind, whatever is going to make your life easier. And if you noticed here, I put 3 tasks that you have not completed. And I have that right here for G1, G2, G3. So you just have to put G1, G2, G3 there, and that'll make it easier for you. You can see that I number everything. So 3 things I've learned in relation to my sales and marketing plan. This really does act as a sales and marketing plan after you've gone through it a while. And this is meant to be actually used in coordination with the marketing inner circle. So the idea here is you already have your weekly series set. So you know that you get a weekly one of these unlocked. And then so you know that you're going to spend about an hour to 90 minutes working on that and seeing how it applies to your business. But there's other really great videos in here that just make our getting together and having a one-on-one so much more successful, because what you're doing is you're really taking that time, and what you're doing is you're bringing something to me that has to be worked on. It's going to help you with your understanding too. Just imagine the olden days when you brought homework to your teacher and they would take a look at it and say, hey, what about this? Or what about this? You can make it better here. You can make it better here. That's kind of what we're here to do, like a coach, essentially. So there's some really great materials here that I would love for you guys to go through, specifically with lead generation. So you'll go down here, how we create a dominant marketing website, how we write persuasive marketing. And that's the one that I have over here that I was hoping to get to today. We may or may not be able to. We'll see how far we can get. And then what we have is how we do design competition crushing ads, how we do email marketing for your business. I mean, these are all what you're going to be able to put here in your template. So what I want to learn in relation to my sales and marketing. And then what that does is it kind of keeps you accountable to doing the work for your business. So things that I have learned this week in relation to my sales and marketing, clients that I have contacted for feedback on my company. This is important. We're suggesting that you do this on a weekly basis. Businesses that you've contacted, strategic alliances that you've contacted, joint venture opportunities, and people that I have helped for free. And then what we have is you have revenues and receivables. So we're really tracking this in relation to your key performance indicators. Here what you have is you have all the key performance indicators. And when you're kind of new to writing something like this, like a smart weekly workbook, what you have is you have to really know what your KPIs are. So when I'm talking about KPIs and I'm speaking with individuals that I'm working with, what we're looking for is we're looking for how many people have phoned, how many people came in through your website, how many people walked in, how many people came in through social media, how many people did you follow up with, how many people how many follow-ups did you actually do? So basically everything to do with step-by-step process of how an individual gets to know you, essentially. So next what we have is your world records, your KPIs. So what we have here is we have my world record, for instance, is 7 events in 1 week. live events with all the preparation that goes around to it. And from those 7 events in 1 week, we did pretty good financially. I think that the most I've ever done actually, no, I mean, there's some other stuff, but 7 is good for that particular week for the amount of events. I remember that the amount of likes I've ever gotten in 1 day is over 400 likes in 1 day, which is okay. Organic likes, by the way. I didn't pay for those likes, so that's kind of cool. So you kind of put your world records there with the idea that you beat those world records. You kind of compete with yourself. Next, what we have is the marketing initiatives and mediums that I'm going to implement this week. It's going to be very important, and that's going to be right from here. So you're going to be implementing a number of these on a weekly basis. So just pick one. Pick one of these, the ones that you want, and that will help you out for sure. If you don't have a document like this, what I'm going to encourage you to do is set up a time for us to have a 45-minute session. In that 45-minute session, what I'll do is I'm going to show you how to make an extra $10,000 to $100,000 in your business, and I'll gift this to you as well. You just have to say, hey, give me that smart worksheet, but we have to have a 45-minute session first, and then I'll just provide this for you. You can see that it's 17 pages. And you basically use it to build your business. And I've used this for many, many years. We've got brainstorming to-do lists on here. We've got regular to-do lists, because you know the to-do lists sometimes can get pretty long, especially when you're doing follow-ups and you're adding more things to that. And you're running a business with affiliates and so on. It's pretty fun and exciting. So that's kind of what I wanted to do today, is go through that. And I'm just going to end it here and say thank you, everyone, for showing up at our Sales and Marketing Power Hour this week. I do appreciate you being here. What you can do is you can go to, I believe it is Free Marketing Events. Let's just double check. Oh, no, that's not Free Marketing Events. Let me just see here. Oh, I'll put the post underneath for you guys to go check out that 45-minute Sales and Marketing Power Hour. And with that, thanks for being here today. Do appreciate you. And we'll talk to you again after Canada Day. That's right. Happy Canada Day, everybody. If you're here in Canada, or if you're a Canadian worldwide, happy Canada Day. It's a great place to be. And we'll talk to you after Canada Day. Take care. Bye-bye.